Hello, hello. In today's video, taking a look at Alibaba. I wrote about this yesterday for Market Beat, and this is pretty interesting because, this was one of those leading growth stocks for quite some time. Let's pull this up again. On a monthly, you see back here, kind of starting in 2016 or so, had a huge run up, and then another one kind of after the 2018 decline. It weathered 2020 pretty well. But what's happening since then? Well, a lot of problems with the Chinese government cracking down on what they call monopolistic practices. The company was fined. The CEO Jack Ma actually disappeared. I'm doing air quotes right now for a few months last year after he made some comments critical of the Chinese government's financial regulations. So just a whole lot going on here that is not good. But I'm going to pop back over to a daily here, and you can see the stock made some nice gains in the last couple of days. Going to go over to a 5-minute. We can see it a little more clearly. So it's kind of bouncing around a little bit today. It looks like it is higher than yesterday's close right now. We can jump over here to a daily, and yeah, it is 57 cents higher, 0.45% higher. So still trading upward, which is good to see. The company made some executive shuffles the other day. They are focusing more on international business, separating some of the business units, brought in a new chief financial officer. The existing financial officer, Maggie Wu, she is remaining with the company, but in some different capacities. So Alibaba is shaking itself up, and Jack Ma is not the CEO any longer. It is a gentleman named Mr. Zhang who is the CEO. So he is behind some of these changes. And just want to come over here so you can kind of see some of the metrics. You do see pretty good earnings, although there's revenue rather, but there's been some deceleration over here. You can see earnings a little bit spotty over here. Analysts are expecting a decline in 2022. So all of this has kind of added up to some problems for the company. What's interesting, though, is you see this PE ratio right now of 14. So given where the stock is trading, you're way down in value stock zone pretty much at this point. And you see the 5-year range between 12, value zone, and 42, which is just price to perfection. So it's kind of interesting. I think we're in an interesting place right now to begin scooping up shares. At the bottom here, I'd like to see a little more confirmation of an uptrend maybe over the next few weeks. There's plenty of time here. But that is a look at Alibaba and what is happening with a former big growth stock that has now found itself in value territory and could be a decent buy in the not so distant future.